Great crowd, obviously, and just being able to win a game and before Christmas is. I don't know how football coaches do it. If you lose, you have to wait a whole week. That would drive me nuts. And the ability to go into Christmas break, we'll regroup, obviously, but to take a few days to kind of reflect. And I'm glad we're doing it on a winning note. I thought the difference for us, we were minus 10 in the first half on the glass, and we end up a plus 4. So it's a 14 rebound turnaround there in the second half. And, they were able to get 10 of their 22 misses there in the first half. And I think they only got, I don't know what the numbers are, but I think 6 of 22 there in the second half. So that for us, that was a difference in the basketball game. And then we were able to convert some free throw opportunities. So good win against a really, really good team.
Coach, what kind of difference does a packed house like tonight, what does that do to energy, when you guys are making like those hustle plays? What kind of difference can a crowd make?
Yeah, I mean, fans definitely play a part. I think it's encouraging to the players here, but I also think it has a tremendous impact on the opposition. And I think when you look at the crowd and all the support, I thought the most contagious thing was Wichita State basketball fans are very smart. And what Corey is doing in chasing down 50-50 balls is contagious. And people appreciate that stuff. And that's where I think fans come in. I mean, they can buoy the crowd and get people involved, but they appreciate plays. And again, a number of guys made them, but they appreciate plays like Corey. And I think you need to see your guys see that to understand the level of intensity and physicality that you have to play with.
Xavier getting back in the starting lineup, what kind of spark did he provide throughout the night, and what showed you that he needed to be in it for this game?
Yeah, one, I mean, he's been playing really well. And so, I mean, that guy has never once complained about his role. I mean, I don't, if I told you how much he got in NIL, it's the same as you getting NIL. He gets the same amount, and he's never once asked for any money. He's never once asked to be in a starting lineup. He's never once asked to do anything in order to generate something for himself. He just shows up every day. He's played really well, obviously, and we needed to play him, but we needed to pair him. If you have Justin and X out there, you need to pair him with some guys who can kind of give him space. So we had to pair him with AJ, and he makes that opening three. I'm happy for him. If you'd have came in last night, somewhere around 8, he would have been here. If you'd have came in the previous day, somewhere around 8. Now, that's in addition to our 10-2 practice. And he just, his care factor's through the roof. And when you have a guy like that, their care factor's important to him. And it's important to him to do the right thing. I will tell you, that kid is about winning. And so he'll do whatever it takes.
Paul, do you want to extend the series with Jerome at Kansas State?
Yeah, Jerome was at my house earlier this summer, somewhere in July, and for a couple hours, 2, 3, 4. I don't remember it to be exact, but we were sitting there watching film and talking through a number of things. And as he was leaving, he said, I asked him, I said, we're extending this series, right? And he said, smarter people than you and I will make this decision. So we'll see. But I think it's, if we were able to play in Bramlage, I know how difficult of a place that is to play. And I think this is just good for the state of Kansas, to play in your home arenas. And I get that people want to play neutral site games, but I think it means a lot if you can play in each other's home arenas.
What were the last couple of days like just for this team with kind of preaching the mistakes with Kansas City, and then looking at the box score, 8 turnovers, 20-22 from the free throw line? What were these last couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, I think most people recognize that every day isn't sunny. Things don't always go well in life. You need to respond the right way. I can't tell you how many times the players hear me say, if the opponent scores on you, it doesn't mean you played bad defense. And if just because they missed doesn't mean you played good defense. So I can tell you this, that what you have to garner against, or what you have to really guard against, is overreaction. Is you can hurt yourself by overreaction. I told the team this: snowflakes melt because of heat. That's a little bit of heat. It's fine. It happens in the game of basketball. Anybody who's ever coached, we're not going to overreact. We're not going to be a bunch of snowflakes. We're not going to listen to outside noise or distractions. We're going to stay locked in on our job, and we're going to do our job. Life does not always go your way. It's your job to respond the right way when it doesn't. That's what you saw tonight. So we're not here thinking we're going to win. This is the nature of sports. You don't win every game. But the problem is when you overreact and you act like a snowflake and you act like you can't handle any heat, you'll melt. Our guys didn't do that. I got men in that locker room.
That second half, I mean, that's probably one of the better halves that you guys have played. Just what did you really like about, is it just the pace that they played, the tempo? What did you really like?
Well, I thought they understood what we were trying to get. You know, we kind of talked about it quite a bit the past couple of days. Of this is the area that we're trying to attack. This is the action that we see fitting. When we came in at halftime, some of the stuff that we thought would work in the first half didn't. Obviously, it wasn't very smart not to guard Caleb Rich. I mean, he had made 1 3 on the year, and he drills them both, and I think he was 5 of 6, and so we knew we needed to do a better job there. But offensively, some things were just not working for us, and we just simplified things and made it go, and I thought guys understood exactly what was happening. They handled the quizzes really well when we quizzed them. But, you know, we were pretty dialed into this game. We had to take off Wednesday, but we were pretty dialed into this game on Thursday. And, again, you have to put Tuesday behind you and learn from it. And we obviously came in and did that. But I thought they did a phenomenal job of just simplifying what we were trying to do and understand where we were trying to get. And then, again, I thought Corey's momentum was contagious.
Coach, just with the in-state and all the reasons that this game matters to this fan base and those local guys, just how big of a deal is it to get an in-state?
Yeah, I mean, it's a win, right? I mean, no, it's not going to look any different on the win-loss record. I mean, it's great. I see a lot of Wildcat license plates when I go around here. I mentioned this the other day. Whenever I see a Jayhawk or a Wildcat license plate, I speed around them just so I can say I beat them. So I don't know if it's necessarily going to happen on the basketball court, but I was going to win my matchup. So I get it. There are a number of Wildcat fans in this area. There are a number of Jayhawk fans, but I am happy for the Wichita State fans.
What is it about when the team is attacking quickly, first 5 10 seconds of the shot clock? Why are things when things are going right, like why is that effective offense for you guys?
Well, if you can go against a defense that isn't set, it's usually a pretty good advantage. I think we work on it quite a bit, playing out of empties, playing out of formations. I think guys understand what to do off of 5-out offense, 3-out, 4 lows. We practice quite a bit out of spacing. So I didn't think we did a good job with our corner actions, especially in the first half. That got better, but the bigger point is if you have downhill guys, you've got to be able to put them in a situation and not go against a set defense. And then, to be honest with you, I thought we handled the pick and roll really well. I thought Bijan did good things. Quincy Ballard was playing with force and putting pressure on the rim. But, there was a number of positives.
Paul, you coached with Jerome at Baylor.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that a team coached by him would turn a 4-point lead at halftime into almost a 20-point loss like that?
No, I mean, they're on the road. Trust me. The Wildcats are in phenomenal shape. That guy is as good as it gets. I don't throw the word genius around much, but let me tell you, I was with that dude every day for 14 years, and it's incredible. Okay? It takes a while. It takes a while. I don't want to – I go back to that Drake game, and – that if there's a different officiated call, that's a different outcome. I think that guy is so good. I think Jareem Dowling is good. I think Uric Malley is good. I think Coach Perry is good. I think Mark O'Born. They've got an incredible staff. They will absolutely be fine. The ball just got rolling tonight for us. And that happens. Again, you don't sit around and whine and cry when things do not go your way. You turn around and you handle it. People... the way that they react is you have to make sure that your locker room, that you can seal that off and there isn't outside distractions. He will do that. They will get better. That dude he's not AP National Coach of the Year for nothing.
You mentioned the turnaround and rebounding from first half to second half. What was the biggest difference in second half?
Yeah, I thought Corey turns around and he gets a foul. I think that may have been our first foul off of rebounding when it's not offensive this year. Like, I mean, we need you to if you think about it, there's only 2 free throw shot at the half. Well, for us, they shot 4, but neither team was in the bonus. The opening there in the second half, the fouls were getting called pretty quickly. There was more physicality to be had that we left on the table. So we challenged those guys. I told them they were softer than puppy crap in a rainstorm when we went in at halftime to let those teams be up plus 10. And so to be able to turn it around and for those guys to be able to respond, we needed to amp up the physicality, and I thought we did that.
What did Bijan do in the second half that was helpful?
Yeah, I handled the pick and roll. I thought he handled the pick and roll really well. We needed to put the ball in his hands. You could see Justin ability to burst, but he was pulling up for jump shots, and we need to play that backside 2-on-1 with a little bit more force. And he makes a runner off of 2 feet the other day against Kansas City. He hesitated, played off of 2, pump fake. He didn't this game. And then I thought the biggest thing was he runs the Gortat into the lob, and that's a phenomenal basketball play. But his ability to handle pick and roll, advance the basketball, and we need to put the ball in his hands. It's great to have 2 guys like Justin and Bijan. Not only can they play together, but you can also kind of give rest one and not fall off much in regards to playing out a spread.
And you're hopefully getting back Zane and Ronnie soon as well. Just how do you evaluate the non-conference that you guys now have?
Yeah, I mean, Ronnie, if you think about it, he's Athlon Magazine Defensive Player of the Year in this league. I mean, that's his value. He's going to bring great value offensively, and you've seen us take quite a dip in O boards on account of him not being there. But, I mean, we haven't played well defensively since he's been out, and there's been some games where we needed to be a lot better. And that's his value. If you came, he works out every day. I actually think his shot's better now that his left hand is wrapped. We may continue to do that. But he comes in, he's on the treadmill, he's on the bike, he's staying in shape. And if we can get him back somewhere around the middle of January, we automatically get drastically better defensively because of his versatility and because of his physicality. Merry Christmas.